On the table in front of me is the Ape Labs Can 2 Plus Tour Pack. Quite possibly, as far as I know, the most compact set of 12 battery-powered uplights you can get. Let's talk about it. What's up everybody, welcome to the Phase Reviews YouTube channel. My name is Jordan. If you're new here, thank you for joining me, and if you're a subscriber, welcome back as always. I've been a DJ over 15 years, and this is a place where I am sharing my love of awesome DJ gear. Yes, I'm an addict to awesome DJ lights and sound and all other products just like you, and my goal is to help you as you research things so that you can see them up close, see them at a gig, just like I'm gonna do today with these Ape Labs Can 2 Plus. So I've got this TourBox. I took all 12 of these out to an event, which you'll see later in this video, but I'm also going to talk about important specs and features that you should care about, operations, things that come in the package, what makes the tour pack itself great, which is this nice road case that we've got here, and of course you'll get to see them at one of my events, which I just filmed last week. So before we dive into things, make sure that you subscribe if you enjoy the content today, that you ring the notification bell so you don't miss anything coming in the future, like the video if you enjoy what you see, and of course leave a comment down below if there's something that stands out to you about these lights or there's something else you want to see in the future. Enough about that though, let's dive into the overview of these lights. So the Ape Labs Can is not the smallest light that Ape Labs makes. They actually make something called the Coin, which is like, I don't know, a fourth of the size of this, but it's not battery powered. It needs to be plugged into a USB. And so the Can is their smallest battery powered option. They describe it on their website as about the size of an energy drink can, and I would say that it's even shorter than that. It's very compact, and despite that, it has a very impressive battery life, 10 hours at full battery power, which is incredible for a light this size. They come in a couple different options. I got the cream, I've got the gray here, whichever way you want to go. They both look really nice. They're very high quality lights. If you've used Ape Labs before, or if you've seen my previous video, you know that construction quality wise, Ape Labs is very hard to beat. I've described them as the Apple of the lighting world. They're very simple to use, they're very sleek and refined, they've got a good aesthetic, and pretty much anyone can pick them up and use them. Now, the Ape Labs Can, as far as important specs that you should care about, this has a 15 watt RGB AW diode inside, so the AW is amber white. If you are doing weddings or luxury events, if you're in the high-end mobile event space, these are definitely worth checking out because that amber white gives you all of the warm color palettes that you want to see at your events. They have built-in color macros in here, and what makes them nice is that they're not your generic bright, vibrant, kind of rich colors that are a little bit gaudy for events. They are pastels, they are warm color palettes. They're things that are going to combine with the event's color palette, and it's going to blend in really nice. Another great feature of the Ape Labs Can is that it is IP65 rated. So if you're using these outdoors, there's a light rain, there's dust, anything like that, these are not going to get damaged. They can stand up to the elements. They're built to handle that. You can see that the ones I have here are different heights. You can see that in the case as well. That's because these have interchangeable optics. So you'll see in the gig footage a little bit later, they come with the Fresnel lens on them, which is kind of their signature effect lens. It has a hard beam around the edge, a softer inside. It's very unique compared to your traditional uplights. However, they do have a wash lens as well. They come in a variety of different angles from, I wrote this down too, 10 degrees up to 45. So you can get very narrow or very wide. I believe they also offer an extremely narrow pin spot beam. So if you want to do some pin spotting of some cake or other effects, you can totally do that with that lens. Lastly, as far as flexibility for these guys, they do have a variety of different mounts and options for using these. They call it their most versatile light, and that's because you can add a tube on top and get a stick style light. You can get a dome, you can get a swivel mount, you can put these from the ceiling as dance floor lighting, you can put them as uplights under tables, accenting different centerpieces, all sorts of uses for these guys. And so they come in a variety of configurations. You can buy them by themselves, you can buy them in like duos. What I have here is the tour pack. There are 12 lights in this case. Because I'm doing this test here, I've got a mix of gray and cream, but you can get them in all one color, whatever you prefer. And you can also get them in all one lens type, whichever you prefer. Now, what makes the Tour Pack great is that this case has built-in charging. So instead of having to plug a cable into each individual light, at the bottom of each of the pre-cut foam sections is a small charging plug. So you just drop the light in and they will all charge simultaneously. Now, the other great thing that comes with these Ape Lab tour packs, of course, is your Ape remote. Now, I've talked about this before, go watch my previous video, but to highlight, the Ape remote is an absolute game changer if you are a lazy lighting guy. If you are a DJ that doesn't want to care about lights, you want to have a good looking light show, but you don't have the time to program things, you care more about your music or the other aspects of your business, then the Ape remote is a game changer. What makes the Ape remote awesome is it basically allows you to do something akin to DMX programming, but without having to whip out a controller or learn how to assign DMX channels or DMX channel settings. This allows you to group your lights into different groups. So let's say you want your table lights to be different from your wall lights, to be different from your dance floor lights. You can do that all with this remote without needing any other controller. This remote also allows you to adjust the brightness, to switch through your color macros, to set color fades, and to also enter the infamous music mode. Music mode is the best sound active lighting on the market, in my opinion, and as someone who's used pretty much every other lighting brand, I don't think anything else holds a candle to it. It's not super hyperactive and distracting like a lot of the lighting programs that are on the market. It's very easy to use. The lights react independently, and so there's variety. It's never the same show twice. And so music mode is so cool. And this remote has quite a bit of range. As you'll see in the gig footage, I controlled the entire room from my DJ spot, which at some points was up to 100, 150 feet away from these lights, no sweat. So you do get that in the box. There's also space in the tour pack for a Connect box, which you'll see in a future video. This allows you to connect these to a traditional DMX controller and integrate the lights into your regular light show. It's also got wireless DMX, so you can control everything from your DJ booth without having to run DMX cables. So if you're into that amount of lighting programming, you totally can do it. The case itself for the TourBox is really well made. You've got eggshell kind of foam here, pre-cut hard foam down at the bottom that holds each component perfectly. It's got luggage wheels on the bottom and an extendable handle. It's very easy to cart around. And again, the entire thing is a couple feet long. It's not very heavy. And the fact you get 12 up lights, battery powered nonetheless, in this small package is incredible. I mentioned at the top of this video that this is the 2 Plus version of the can, and that's because the 2 Plus has internal changes that allow this light to have firmware upgrades in the future, where this is going to be compatible with different lighting programming options, different configurations. I think they're going to integrate AI somehow. So there's a lot of customizability that they're going to be able to do to the functionality of this light because this is the 2 Plus version. So while it may look the same as the regular 2.0 that's come out before, this is going to have some increased flexibility in the future. I think they're planning for upgrades somewhere within 2025. Enough about specs and features though, let's take a look at the lights in action. So I'll overlay some gig footage that I shot last week at an event at the hospital near me. This was a networking / anniversary event, and the room is very drab, which you'll see from the footage. Plain walls, minimal decorations. It's just supposed to be a conference room. With the full lights on, while the other people were setting up, it was so boring and drab and cool white fluorescence. It looked terrible. I put these around the room and turned them on the warm white, dimmed the overheads, and instantly this felt much more inviting and cozy. Again, one click of the Ape remote, they all turned on, they all set to the same setting, and I could control all 12 lights from my DJ booth. Now I stacked quite a few of them behind the booth and underneath for under booth glow, but you can see them around the far side of the room as well. I left them on the warm white. You can see it allowed us to have a little bit more ambiance in the room. And then as the night progressed, the energy kind of ramped up. There wasn't dancing at this event, but I did turn them on a slow color fade just to add a bit more pop to the room. Got lots of compliments on these lights. And again, I normally, if I was going to set up lighting, would budget an extra 30 minutes to get there and set everything up. I literally had this entire pack set up around the room in under 5. It was that easy. And then at the end of the night, without having to wrap up tons of cables or charge all these individually, I dropped them into their case, closed it up, took it home, and plugged in one cable, and they were charged by the next morning. It's that easy. So again, Ape Labs, it is plug and play. It is simple. They are easy to use. You pay a premium for their built-in Germany quality, but I think that it's worth it. They are by far the easiest lighting product that I have used, and as someone who loves DMX and loves getting a little overboard with lighting, these are still my go-to for the majority of my events now going forward, just because of how simple they are. I'll include a link down below. You can go check them out. I'm impressed, and I think you will be too. If you've not had a chance to demo an Ape Labs product, because I know that I didn't for years and years, like 8 years of being a DJ before I finally got my hands on these things, you shouldn't delay any longer. You should at least find someone that has some and give them a try, because they're worth your time. So thank you so much for watching. Hopefully this was helpful to you if you're in the market for these Ape Labs cans. If you enjoyed the video, please like it and leave a comment down below. Hopefully I've earned your subscription, and ring that notification bell so you don't miss reviews coming in the future of new products from a lot of manufacturers, including another Ape Labs video on my favorite product yet. So stick around, stay tuned. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.